Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I've been spending a bit of time down here at the Agility Pyramid. And by a bit of time, I of course mean I now have 72 agility. So we can go to the Pavanich course if we wanted to. Do the Cave South of Dorishkan course. But the highlight of these levels I've gotten is definitely the Taverley dungeon shortcut to Blue Dragons. Also, this Fossil Island one isn't bad either. Well, less useful on an ultimate, I suppose. But still, it's something. Slayer Tower, Spike Chain, Stronghold Slayer Cave, access to Wyverns, more useful stuff at the Arceus Mine, Heroes Guild Tunnel, just a whole bunch of good stuff. There are a lot of agility shortcuts. But the main reason that I came down here was for the money. And boy, did I make a lot of money. From getting 72 agility, I now have 2.7 million coins. 2,739,889 coins, to be exact. Which is, in fact, a lot. A lot more than I previously had. And it should be enough to accomplish quite a lot. But that's not really important right now. I've got some quests to do. So I'm gonna go get what I need and get right to it. What I'm not going to need is a pile of empty water skins. We can just sell those off. Need a hammer. Then over at the crafting store, I need to get a needle and some thread. The last item that I'm going to need is going to take a little bit more effort. We teleport over to the monastery. I need to get some coal. But I don't have 30 mining. But I am very close. So what I need to do is quickly mine some iron, get 30 mining, and then we'll be good to go. This shouldn't take very long. And there we go. 4 pieces of coal. Mined by me. Mithril pickaxe versus coal. Not an optimal setup. But I mean, I literally cannot use an admin pickaxe yet, so it's as good as it's going to be at this point. Anyways, that is all we need to get started with the quest. So I will run up there to Seer's Village, because I still do not have 45 magic. I think that's something I want to work on pretty soon here. A few other things I want to get done first, but it's definitely on the list. A pretty unique start for this quest. We just search in a bookcase, and we find a book. Reading the book starts Elemental Workshop 1. All sorts of lore about a new workshop that was built here in Sears Village. There's an introduction and an instruction section. But we just need to break into the book with any slashing weapon. Axe works, knife works. Conveniently, there's a knife right over there if you don't have anything. We get the battered key. Book of the Elemental Shield. So let's use our battered key and head down into the Elemental Workshop. No NPCs in this quest. You're just going off your own initiative, following the instructions in the book. There's a stone bowl, piece of leather. You need to figure out each of the sides for this area. We got an elemental rock, which comes alive and is none too happy with our trying to mine him. We're level 63, so even though we have very little in the way of equipment, a level 35 is not a huge deal. So we can make quick work of the earth elemental and grab the elemental ore. Up in the water section, we need to turn on the water. Naturally. To get this water wheel working. Pull this lever. And there we go. In the air section, we need to repair the bellows. And that is what the leather, needle, and thread are for. There was a hole in the bellows, so naturally they wouldn't have worked. Pull another lever, and there they go. And then lastly, down in the fire room, we take this stone bowl we found, grab some lava, which is really a typical thing to find lying around. Just piles of lava. Use that on the furnace to light the furnace. And then we can make an elemental bar with the ore and all that coal we mined. And we come over to this workbench, make an elemental shield, and that's it. 1 quest point, 5,000 crafting, 5,000 smithing, and ability to make elemental shields. 29 crafting, and 34 smithing. Very good. Also have this shield, which is interesting. It's got some magic defense, but that's not hugely important right now. And that's it. That's the entire quest. We can quickly continue on with Elemental Workshop Part 2, which is a little bit more involved. But in order to do that, we need to leave this area. Which of course then means walking back to this area. Well, that's okay. I think we're going to still need the battered key just to get in here. Don't think we need the needle or the thread. Can we sell the elemental shield for anything? No. High alks for 12 gold. That is not a lot. That is not a lot at all. I think I'll drop that somewhere else, see if anybody wants to pick it up. Aside from that, we should be pretty much good to go. Don't need the slashed book. Just need the pickaxe, hammer, key, and then some more coal. But we will get that on the way back. Here. Random person in the middle of Varrock. Have an elemental shield. I'm off to start a quest that takes place in Sears Village by going nowhere near Sears Village. Here we go. Continuing the theme from the first quest, the next quest is started with a book. Not that book. This book. An old looking book. The Beaten Book. You also find a scroll in there, which will be important. More information about the escapades in the Elemental Workshop. This time, information about an upgraded version that they made. The scroll has some directions on it, which will be very useful back in the Elemental Workshop. But first, we need 8 coal. So it is back to mining for me. Also needed 2 elemental bars. So I killed 2 of the rock guys over there, using the 8 coal I mined. And there we go. Nice and easy. Over in the lava furnace, 2 elemental bars. Now, using the scroll here, there's directions from the staircase over to this machinery, where we find a key. They were all very secretive with their keys here. One hidden in a book, another hidden in a pipe. That opens up downstairs. And here we are again with 4 different sides of a thing that we need to fix up for the puzzle. Now there are crates all over this place, full of things we need. So I'm going to run around looking at every single crate to get all these piles and piles of things. Total loot from all the crates: 3 cogs, a pipe, and a schematic. Fixing this pipe over here with the pipe. So that will allow the water to flow correctly. This junction box needs to have the tubes connected. Character is not convinced that he's got it correctly. We're just doing stuff at this point. The crane needs a claw. And we have the instructions how to make an elemental claw in the schematic. The cogs go over here in this wind tunnel. All fit together nicely to actually spin correctly. To make the claw, you need to head back up to the upper level. And I'm going to drop one of the elemental bars, just to make sure we don't accidentally make the wrong thing. There we go. 1 crane claw. Looking good. Use the crane claw on the crane. Can't reach that. Lower the claw. Fix the claw. And now we can start doing the priming process that was talked about in the beaten book. Now that all of these sections have been repaired, elemental bar goes with the crane, lift it up, and much like with the upper floor, we're dealing with elements. First up is fire, where we dip it in the fire. Somehow only the bar becomes heated and not the crane claw. I suppose whatever we did for making the claw made it resistant to lava somehow. It is kind of a magical element kind of thing, so it wouldn't be too surprising. Second, representing earth, we pound it with a hammer. It becomes nice and flat. So that's good. Another pull of this lever here in the middle sends it to the third location, which is water. We need to open the door, then use this lever here to grab the cart, bring it in, close the door. Then we need to use these water valves to flood that room. We close that valve, open this valve, open the door, turn the corkscrew to get the jig cart back, close the door, and send it to the fourth area. If we quickly run over here, pull this lever, it actually does the wind section in the wind tunnel before it even gets there. Then you have to turn it back off again because the big fan would have been in the way. And there is our primed bar. Now we get to go down yet another level into the mined door, where we use the primed bar on this extractor gun and sit in the hat to get magic sucked out of us and shot into the bar. Over here, we have Elemental Workshop 3, which is not in this game. That's a problem for a different series. Anyways, we have the primed mine bar now, so we head upstairs, and then we head upstairs, and then with the beaten book in our inventory, smith a mined helmet. 1 quest point, 7,500 crafting XP, 7,500 smithing XP, and mined equipment. 37 smithing, and 33 crafting. Not bad. Much like with the elemental shield, all the stats this offers is a little bit of a magic defense. So, not particularly useful for us right now. It's got a better high alch value, I guess. Which is fair, because of all the effort that's required to actually make this thing. We're not going to be needing this book or this key anymore. If we ever need to return to the mental workshop, we can find the book and the key back in this bookshelf magically. In fact, we can find an infinite number of books and keys in this bookshelf. Sometimes you just have to not question it. It's a magical workshop. They can have magical stuff going on with their books and keys. Seems legitimate. But with that, our crafting level is high enough to do Lost City, which is going to involve some mechanics that complicate things just a smidge. But we will deal with that next time. Goodbye.